Blog Talk Radio.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, John Hollis with Waking Up Blessed and Rockers in Recovery. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show this morning. Have a great day ahead of us. Any day we get to wake up sober and clean, we're waking up blessed. That's what this show is about. It's about being able to carry a message of inspiration, experience strength and hope for somebody out there that might be struggling, or more importantly, might be in a situation where they're on the fence. And we get to show them, what recovery looks like, what's the face on recovery. And if you're listening to Waking Up Blessed this morning, it's brought to you by SoberMap. SoberMap.com. You can check them out. It's an app that you can download and find out the nearest, just like Yelp, the nearest 12-step meeting to you. So check it out. It's a great app, and most importantly, a great bunch of people that put it out. Rockers in Recovery Media Partners, the Addiction Recovery Resource end of it, is sponsored by Clearbrook Treatment Center, Amethyst Recovery Center, the Shores Treatment and Recovery, and Hope and Grace Recovery Center. Great folks there. Check them out. If you're on the Blog Talk page or you're anywhere on rockersinrecovery.com, you can find all this information just by clicking on Recovery Media Partners. So this morning we got a great guy. His name is Jason Fitzemeyer, and Jason gives a lot of love and support to the recovery community. Not only that, but he is somebody that puts other people before himself in a lot of ways. He has helped Rockers in Recovery immensely over the years, but not just us. He's helped many community events and community outreach. Just an awesome guy, and we're going to bring Jason on this morning. Jason, good morning, and welcome to Waking Up.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Hey, how is your vacation going? I know you're on vacation right now.
Well, vacation's actually very relaxing. We're actually sitting on the beach right now, looking at a lighthouse, just kind of reflecting on the year. It's kind of funny because I'm here with Adam, my brother, and Michael Byron. We are the owners of Hope and Grace. And this is what we do. We take 4 days off a year. That's it. We take 4 days off a year, come down to, appreciate America, appreciate our lives, and kind of de-stress. And then, the rest of the days, we're at it. We're helping people. We're trying to help people. So that's it, 4 days a year. And then back to the streets, back to the trenches.
What does waking up blessed mean to you?
Freedom. I'm looking at the ocean right now. I'm just so blessed. I'm just so blessed to have another chance. God gave me grace, and I don't take that lightly. Amen.
Do you find that, your days start out, because listen, again, you guys are in the trenches, you deal with a lot of stuff. You have so many working mechanisms and so many things coming at you guys that you have to be centered. And how do you start your day? I mean, do you wake up and hit your knees? Do you wake up and read some literature? How does your day begin each day? So that way a newcomer or somebody that's just listening might get some insight.
I'm actually big into prayer life. Really, that's really one of the only things I do perfect. That I strive to do perfect. My day just doesn't go good if I don't hit my knees in the morning. So that's the first thing I do. And then I make my bed. I believe, it's the little things that you should do that carry over to the big things.
You have found, I'm sure, through the years that working with others can be stressful. how do you find when you're in those throes of helping somebody and they're not like, things aren't coming together right, or you're in a position where you're trying to let go and it's God's will, not yours. How do you deal with those situations?
It's obviously tough when you can't help people, and you want it more than them, but you just gotta pray for them, and you really just you need to let them go and go through the process. We all have to go through the process. And I was thinking last night, like, I honestly believe in my heart of all hearts, there's points in our use and our addiction that God opens a window of grace. And we can choose to jump through. Sometimes we miss it. I've missed it for a long time, but looking back, I know that window was open many times for me. I just didn't jump through. So I try to tell kids, I say kids because I'm 43. It just seems like, the kids nowadays, try to tell them, like, God's going to open that window of grace, and it's our job to jump through. And just do a little bit of work. That's all. It's not much. Just be willing, open-minded, open-mindful, and just a little bit of work, Yeah, I think about that window of grace a lot, and that's where hope and grace comes from. The hope, there is hope out there. If someone like myself can do it, or the man sitting next to me, Adam, can do it. I think all the time. 5 years ago, I lived under a bridge.
Wow.
And it's just, I'm almost tearing up just thinking about it. Just sitting on this beautiful beach and with the happiness and the freedom inside, and someone said to me last night, they said, I'm waking up late tomorrow. I'm on vacation. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm waking up early because I need to seize the day and see what the mornings look like and be grateful for that. And so again, there's hope out there. And again, God's going to open His window of grace, and hopefully you jump through it. And that's where we try to lead people. God's going to open that window, and it's hopefully I can direct you when that window opens to jump through, if you don't see it yourself. So I'm going to pass the phone over to Adam. It's going to be Adam Byron here.
Hey, John. Good morning.
Adam, how you doing, brody? Having a good
doing
day?
Good, brother. Oh, absolutely blessed. Talking to you from Marathon Key down here in Florida, and just really, really have a heart full of gratitude this morning.
You guys are amazing. Jason, yourself, his brother, you guys help a lot of people. And I've seen it with my own eyes since Hope and Grace, became a part of the recovery solution. And I believe that that's what you are, a recovery solution. There's a lot of people out there that aren't. But there are the mainstays that have been and are truly out there as an inspiration to the community to be able to help people, and you guys are definitely, with Hope and Grace, part of that. So my question to you this morning is, just as I asked Jason, what does waking up blessed mean to you on a daily basis, and how do you start your day and work through your day?
Gotcha. So I'm going to piggyback off of Jason's answer, and that's freedom, right? For a lot of years, my addiction mandated me to do certain things, right? And so, as a sober man today, as a sober husband, as a sober father, I wake up with freedom from active addiction, right? That this life that I have is such a gift. And what do? John, I wake up early in the morning. I'm typically the first one up in my house. Sometimes my daughter will beat me, but I spend some quiet time every morning. And whether it's in meditation or with literature, it's really whatever direction the Spirit guides me. And I start my day off with some quiet reflection for at least 20 minutes. And then for me, John, being the father of 9-year-old triplets, it gets busy and it gets busy quick. Yeah, yep. So it gets busy and it gets busy quick. And, right now in the summertime, it's about getting these little guys ready for camp and making sure that everyone's fed and clean and ready to go. But, part of, one of the biggest blessings that I've received from being a man in recovery is a beautiful opportunity to be a father.
Listening to you and the whole family component, when we were actively using, I can tell you that my family wouldn't let me, flea dip the family dog. So to have all of those things come back and have them come back into your life and your spiritual life to be the pivotal point that has had those things take place. And that's what I believe. I believe that, if I put the spiritual malady first, all of those things start to fall into place. Yes, every day isn't going to be rainbows and ponies, but overall we get to be a part of life again, in our communities again, in our families again. If you were going to say to somebody that may be on the fence, or a family member out there, or somebody that might be out relapsing right now, there's so many different moving components to the whole recovery thing. What would you say to a person?
So one thing that I am 100% about is that I am a satisfied customer of the life of recovery, right? So if I was to look at my life using and under the influence and what my life looks like today, right, two completely different situations, right? Just like in any time that I'm talking with someone in recovery, it's about the identification, right? It's about, having that conversation where, I have shared the same pain that you are sharing. There's an opportunity here to stop the pain and be blessed with a life that, I don't want to sound cliche, but second to none, right? I think a lot of power comes out of having those conversations, and I think that's why at Hope and Grace we are, pretty effective at what we do, is because the majority of the folks that work there are all in recovery, right? Long-term recovery. And when we interact with the clients at Hope and Grace, we know what it's like to go through early recovery. We know the challenges that all the clients face, getting through the first 30, 60, 90 days of what treatment looks like, of what early recovery looks like. So I think that's a big piece in why we're able to have the outcomes that we have. But the identification, John, right? Just really kind of getting down to, hey, look, I've been there. I know what fear looks like. I know what the challenges look like. This is what I did. This is what my sponsor, advised me to do, and just having some real conversation.
With the 12-step model and all of the different things that are going on with the new up-and-coming models like the MATs and all of the things that are going on out there, what is your feeling on all of that and the changes that are taking place within the industry itself in helping people?
Well, any of us who've been working in this industry, for a significant period of time, have witnessed and maybe been a part of, a lot of the fatal overdoses associated with, this opioid epidemic, right? Hope and Grace is still a 12-step model. We do not offer, a MAT track yet. We are an abstinent-based program. I believe that those MAT tracks 100% save lives, right? That there's folks that come to treatment today that just do not have a desire for a life of complete abstinence. And going on one of those protocols is best suited for that client, right? The likelihood of them, not overdosing and passing away, those odds increase. So, I think that a lot of these treatment programs just have different roads, and everyone's trying to get to the same place, which in my mind is a better quality of life.
Absolutely. Do you think that? And here's something. Listen, I'm a person that belongs to a 12-step organization, so I get it. But I've also gone through, and Jason said it at the beginning of the show. Hey, listen, that window of opportunity, that window of grace that he was talking about, which was great. You get that window of grace, and you start to work the steps. You start to go through the changes. You make your amends the best you possibly can. You become a man of integrity. And that's always changing and always getting better, and that's always something that's going. But that came from the steps for me, and that came from that window of opportunity and that grace that said, hey, listen, something, after about 9 months, I said, wow, I don't feel like using today. I mean, that was an amazing thing, but it was through that process. But I had to go through some uncomfortability, and I think that some people aren't willing to do that uncomfortability.
Yeah. It's so taking steps, in my experience, multifaceted, right? So I think that a lot of hard work goes into it, a lot of self-discovery goes into it, a lot of understanding our truths, right? But more importantly, I remember taking a fifth step, and I just remember like the weight of the world kind of coming off my shoulders, right? It was like, all of my deepest and darkest secrets, all of my character flaws, all of my defects, right? I was able to share that with, another person in recovery. And I just remember having this, quasi-spiritual experience, as I completed my fifth step. And then from there came some freedom, right? But more work to do. And, a lot of my 9-step amends was a derivative from my 4th step. However, when it came time to, formally make those amends, I just remember like I had fear, but I was willing. And then, as I started to go through that process, man, did some freedom come after that, right? That, I was a man, of integrity, that, I could look other men in the eye that I have wronged. And, again, freedom.
You guys rock, man. I want to thank you. If you're tuning in right now, we've had Jason Fitzemeyer and Adam Bryan on from Hope and Grace Recovery Centers out of Fort Lauderdale. You can reach Adam by calling 888-836, and it's HGRC. You can check them out also at Hope and Grace. Is it hopeandgracerecovery.com?
hopeandgracerecoverycenter.com. Yep.
Okay.
Give us a call if you want to learn about our program. If you or a loved one is seeking treatment or just wants to talk, right? We've got an unbelievable team, John, at Hope and Grace. I am so proud of the people that work there. They are colleagues, they are friends, they are people in long-term recovery, they are educated, and feel free to look us up, give us a call, check out our website. We're here for the community.
We're in the process. Of course, the folks that know we are in the process. Lori Sullivan, one of the co-founders of Rockers in Recovery, was diagnosed with breast cancer in April. And we are in the process of putting together an event here in Tallahassee. And, of course, Hope and Grace, Jason and the folks there are a sponsor of that event. We're putting it together now. So It is going to be about helping Leon County, because Leon County helped Lori in a huge way, and what we're looking to do is give back to Leon County for the help that they gave her at the very beginning when she was diagnosed. But most importantly, these are the types of things that Hope and Grace does, and they help a lot of people. And so if you're listening today, reach out to Adam, get to know Jason, great guy. Also, I want to make it a point too that Jason helps the community in a huge way, and one of the ways he does that is as an entrepreneur. He just opened up the pizza district in Boca Raton, and you can check that out too. And here he is employing people in the community. I mean, what more could you ask for in a human being? Great people. Check out Hope and Grace. Adam, thanks for being on. Much love to Jason and all the rest of the folks at Hope and Grace.
Awesome, John.
Thank you, John. God bless.
God bless, brother.
All right. You have a great day, man.
We'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. These guys are great people, and they are definitely out there as warriors. And they're rocking and rolling it every day, and helping lots of people. So check them out, Hope and Grace Recovery Center. They're in Fort Lauderdale. You can Google them, or you can go to hopeandgracerecoverycenter.com. You can call Adam Bryan at 888-836-HGRC. This morning, of course, every morning is we're waking up blessed. It's a great day. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I also want to thank our sponsor for today's show, SoberMap app. You can go to SoberMap.com and check them out. Also, I want to go out with a great song this morning. When I first got clean, music, and it still is a huge part of my recovery. And music took on a new meaning for me. So what used to be something that was a negative influence became a positive influence because I was hearing it differently. And if I stop and I hear things differently, they can actually become an asset instead of a liability. And here was one of the songs that really caught me, and it was Eric Clapton. Of course, Got to Get Better. Got to get better in a little while, and it definitely does. Mad, glad, or sad, we don't get to pick up no matter what. And we get to live our lives one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. And much love to everybody. And we're going to go out with, of course, Eric Clapton. Got to Get Better in a little while. And check out Eric Clapton on Facebook. And he's got some great shows coming up. I'm looking forward to hearing more about maybe the next Crossroads Guitar Festival. I was actually honored to broadcast live in 2010 as a recovery radio show from that event in Chicago, and looking forward to finding out more about that. But they got some great stuff at ericclapton.com and also Eric Clapton on Facebook. Guys, have a rocking day. Much love, and have a blessed weekend. We'll talk to you Monday morning.
the top someday.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community. Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.